There's been a development in the Rafale deal matter. The Supreme Court now has disposed of the Rafale application in the court. The Supreme Court refused to go into the price or the security capabilities of Rafale and decided to not issue any notice to the government of India. So this, of course, has come as a relief for the government, because had this gone other way, this could have been some sort of a trouble if the court had sought a report on this matter. Sneha joins us on the phone line. Sneha has been covering this hearing in the Supreme Court. Sneha, what else has there? All right, so we will wait for Sneha in a bit, but it's important for us to also know the observations of the court as while disposing this matter. It was, of course, being criticized widely, being submitted to the court, filed in the court by Mr. M.L. Sharma, somebody who really keeps going back to the court with one PIL or the other. But he had gone on issues which were important. He'd asked the court's intervention as far as the issue of price in Rafale was concerned, and also the security capabilities. Remember, the government of India has maintained and is still maintaining that it is not in the national interest for the government to give out all details regarding the pricing and also the different elements that goes into the making of this fighter jet. So today the Supreme Court, while hearing, has decided and in fact has disposed this application, and no notice has been issued to the government. The government is not expected to appear in this matter in the court as the matter now stands disposed of. So we'll try and go across to Sneha in a bit. But this is, of course, a big development that's coming in. And remember, of course, the Congress and all the other opposition parties still up in arms, still asking questions, still turning this into an issue, and they're not letting it die down. And perhaps for them, for the opposition, it is an election issue as well, on which, of course, they have been trying to target and attack the government and corner the government, not only the ministers, but the Prime Minister himself, pointing fingers at him, suggesting that he's the one who was leading from the front as far as this particular deal of Rafale is concerned. And there has been lots of twists and turns in this particular controversy, especially after the former president of France also going on record, making statements that he later withdrew. The government still trying to defend its position, but has it been convincingly been able to do so? Well, that remains for people who have been following the story for a bit. But Sneha now joins us on the phone line. Sneha, do tell us if there has been any critical observation made by the Supreme Court while disposing this plea.
Certainly, three petitions were filed in Supreme Court today, alleging various discrepancies in the Rafale deal which is paid. Though the Supreme Court has not issued any formal notice, it has sought report from the centre seeking steps involved in the decision-making process, and this report is only for the perusal of the court. The Supreme Court has also made it clear that it has not taken into account the allegations in the PILs which were filed today, alleging various discrepancies, and the issue of pricing and suitability of aircraft won't be covered in the report as it is a matter of national interest. No detail which actually talks about the technicality and the technology of the deal will be mentioned in the report.
Just stay on with us, and we'll come back to you for more details on this. But right now we also have Shahzad Poonawala on the phone line. Shahzad, we are discussing a story which is about a PIL that was filed in the Supreme Court by a person who's now known as a PIL expert, M.L. Sharma, who had gone to the court asking for details or asking for court's intervention as far as the details regarding the pricing of Rafale is concerned. And the court has decided, of course, has disposed this application of his and has not issued any notice to the government of India. A shot in the arm for the government, isn't it?
I would say that there is a designer PIL group. These are people who are, experts in filing PIL, habitual PIL filers, and they do it because they want to, use courts, they want to use all kinds of forums to actually entrap the government or the Modi government on an issue which is actually an issue of national interest and where there is no doubt left. I mean, Mr. Dhanua, the air chief, has clarified that the pricing is the best, the systems are the best. We have got a clarification from Mr. Jaitley that that the planes, if you compare basic plane to basic plane, it's cheaper than the UPA deal. We've got every kind of clarification from the French government. Macron has said that PM Modi is right. I mean, I don't know what we are. Only people who are doubting is the Pakistani Mahagathbandhan of Rehman Malik and Rahul Gandhi. These are the serial doubting Thomases, and they are therefore sponsoring these petitions.